So my partner and I are lost in the hospital that we just dropped off at, and we're trying to find somebody to help us get out of here. I'm so tired, guys. Hopefully we find somebody to help us out.
They're telling me, get back on ground, forget my dreams, just let them drown. But deep inside, a voice is telling me they're wrong. I wanna know that anything is possible if I believe I'm ready for whatever future holds for me.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. As promised in my intro, I'm gonna kind of be showing you guys little bits and clips of kind of what I do. I'm actually sitting by one of my rigs now. I'll kind of be touching base on what it's like to be a working spoonie, and mostly in the medical field. I have a great surprise hopefully coming soon if everybody participates, and I really hope you guys enjoy it. It's going to take me a little minute to put together. I have a few people doing interviews on what it's like to have disabilities and be in the working field, how it affects your work life. Some of them do actually bring their service dogs to work with them, so that's kind of neat. I wish I could have Tony with me because it's kind of rough, especially in this field, and especially with the things that I have. But luckily, I have partners who understand, and I'm in and out of hospitals all day, so if anything were to happen, I can get the medical attention that I needed. I'll also be getting into an episode that I had yesterday. It was just a breaking point of my whole week. So I'll be letting you guys in on that. And something that I don't see a lot other than working spoonies is parents who are spoonies or have spoonies. I am a mother of 4. I am a spoonie myself, and my kids are partial spoonies, I guess you would say. They kind of inherited a few of my quirks, I would say. And actually, my oldest daughter, she was diagnosed with cancer when she was 6. She's actually been in remission now for 4 years, I want to say. She was diagnosed in 2014, finished treatments June of 2014, and has been in remission ever since. But I'll go into that some more as well and kind of give you my experience on that. And I'd like some feedback from you guys as well. If you guys have any, have had an experience like that, or if you're parents of spoonies, I'd love to get your input, because sometimes I feel like I'm the only one, and it's a real struggle. And I can use some tips and stuff on how to kind of break through with kids who get your quirks. But I'll explain what those quirks are as well a little bit later. But until next time, for a little bit, because I have to let my phone charge, but I'll be back up again soon, guys.
Tan atento y arrogante, lo conozco como a mí. 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 Lo conozco como a mí
So guys, what happened was my partner and I dropped off to a new hospital that we've never been to. We spent about 15 minutes trying to find the exit, so enjoy this clip.
Um, so my partner and I are lost in the hospital that we just dropped off at, and we're trying to find somebody to help us get out of here. I'm so tired, guys. Hopefully we find somebody to help us out.
Hey guys, so I'm back. I didn't have time to film much on Saturday. I did say I was going to come back for a little bit, but I wasn't able to. So I will be covering some of the stuff that I was talking about in the beginning of this video. So Saturday was my first day of the work week. I apologize if you guys hear me saying a lot. I am very camera shy, and it is a part of my anxiety, and touching my face, I'm trying to kind of cut back on it, but I apologize if I do it too much in this video. But back on subject. So Saturday is the beginning of my work week. I start 8 in the morning and I finish at 8 in the morning on Sunday morning. I work 24-hour shifts on Saturday and Sundays. So I was really late on Saturday, and with the week I had, it kind of caused me to go into an episode because I had to actually go in the office and sit down and have a talk with my boss to kind of get my schedule fixed. A few months ago, I want to say, I was working Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, and I would come in on Friday afternoon and stay all the way until Monday morning. But a few weeks ago, they cut my Fridays because the person I was working with, their permanent partner, had quit, so they wanted to give her a full 5-day partner. So that kind of booted me out of my Fridays. And recently we got taken over by a bigger company, and they're going through kind of like a clean house and like implementing all these new rules and procedures and all this stuff. So right now we're working on a point system. So like if you're late, if you call off, or if you have like no call, no shows, everything is put into a point system, and if you rack up so many points, you get terminated. So Saturday when I had came in, I had sat down with my boss, and I sat down and talked to him to try to help me kind of switch my schedule around, or the times that I would start on Saturday, because this is the schedule that I kind of have to keep because my kids will be starting school soon, so I try to be home with them for the throughout the week. So I sat down with him to kind of get my times and stuff situated and kind of get my hours pushed back. So we got that situated, but in the midst of me, explaining to him and everything, I kind of had an episode because of the week I had. I broke down crying like an idiot, and it looked like he felt uncomfortable, but he was really cool about it. And I had to explain to him, it was just my breaking point. The last thing I need right now is to lose my job, because right now I'm the only one working, and I have 4 kids and 2 dogs in the house that we just moved into. So, I explained all this to him, and he was really cool about it, and we sat down and he helped me fix my schedule, and it was all good. Unfortunately, I didn't have Tony with me to kind of alert to it coming even though I was kind of aware that it was going to come, because I'm no good with confrontation and kind of explaining what I need verbally. It makes me feel really uncomfortable just talking, if you guys can't notice now. But all that was situated, and he ended up having me run errands for him Saturday. And then when I came back from running errands, I got to ride in a 3-man team since I didn't have a partner for the day. So that was pretty nice. Sunday, I worked. I didn't video anything Sunday morning, but I got a couple of clips Saturday night. One really funny one where my partner and I were lost in the hospital. It was a new hospital that we had went to drop somebody off at, and we actually got lost in the hallways, and there was like no nurses or anything around to kind of help us guide us out back to the ambulance bay. So I'll post that for you guys as well. Actually, correction, I did video just me driving kind of Saturday morning. I was trying to get kind of traffic, but my phone was this. Another thing that I talked about in the beginning of this video that I wanted to kind of touch bases with is I don't see a lot of service dog handlers or like spoonie vloggers, I guess you would call them, talking about like their work experience, or like parent spoonies and parents who have kids with disabilities. There's not a lot of that to kind of give you guidance on. So what I hope to achieve is to touch on those topics, just, kind of getting everybody's input. Like I said before, I have a really neat project that I'm trying to get everybody to kind of participate in and put together. Hopefully it'll be up within this week. And I kind of want to put my experience out there of being a parent with disabilities, and for a short amount of time having a kid with kind of a disability. My other 3 kids, they kind of got some of my flaws. So with my anxiety and my PTSD, some of my symptoms, I guess you would say, or I don't know how to explain it, but like some of my symptoms are like I was shut down if I feel like I'm being attacked, or like if anybody raises their voice, I'm severely sensitive. So like if I feel like I can't get my point across, or if I feel like I need to go in defensive mode, if somebody raises their voice at me, I completely shut down, or I break down and cry. And those are some of the traits that my kids have. So with them growing up, and my oldest kind of hitting her teenage years now, she is 11, so she'll be going into her preteen years actually. So with all of that going on, and them having those minor flaws, it makes it a little bit difficult to kind of communicate with them, and for all of us to get our point across, to each other, because we always feel like we need to be on the defensive, or we feel like we're being attacked, or we feel like we're not getting our point across, and it just, it triggers us. So I kind of want to put my experience out there with that, and hopefully, give you guys a view into what my life is like with my kids and, myself. Another thing, sorry, I keep touching the camera. I don't know what my kids did with my tripod. Another thing that I wanted to put out there was my experience with my oldest daughter. Like I said before, she was diagnosed with Burkitt's lymphoma back in February of 2014. She underwent treatment all the way up until June. When I found out, she was maybe complaining about it for like a few days, that, you know, she had a stomach ache or whatnot. And I kind of put it off to the side. You know, I would give her a little Tylenol just to kind of ease the pain, or because you know how kids are, you know, they complain about everything and then they try to get out of going to school and then they're fine later on that afternoon. So that's what I put it to. But the end of February was really scary. We went out on a family outing, and you know, she was fine for the trip. When we got back home, like a little before we got back home, actually, before we left, she started complaining about her stomach again, but this time she was like really adamant about it, crying, and just, I can see she was in severe pain. So I decided to suck it up and just take her to the hospital to find out what was going on. So we got there, they ran a bunch of tests, and come to find out that she had a tumor growing in her stomach, in her lower abdomen. So they weren't able to tell me anything that day. All they can say is that they found a mass and that it could be benign. So they got us transport over to the hospital that she was seen at. And when we got there, they scheduled her for a biopsy and a whole bunch of more tests. Tests took about maybe 2 days to get back. And when they finally did, it came back as, you know, positive for cancer. And, you know, she underwent weeks of chemotherapy. They had to do several spinal lumbar taps, I believe is what they call them, to make sure that the cancer wasn't spreading into her bone marrow. And just having to watch her go through that, it was like, I can only imagine the pain that she went through. But as a parent, seeing your child go through that, it was severely triggering, and it hurt so much. But she never stopped fighting. She kept me on my toes. And she fought a good fight, and she went through all the treatments and procedures and everything that they threw at her, and gave all the nurses a run for their money, because every time they ran a procedure, they had to give her a toy. But at the end, she came out a winner, and I'm happy to say she's been in remission ever since. And she is very healthy, very smart. She's now going to the 6th grade. And I am super proud of her, and she is one of the main reasons that I continue to kind of fight my fight. Okay, guys, that's all I have for today. Well, for this weekend, this video was kind of a compilation of from Saturday all the way up until today, which is Tuesday. I hope you guys enjoyed. I know my editing, like, I spent literally like 2 days editing this video, and it still kind of came out pretty crappy. I'm still learning. I'm still trying to find all the best editing apps, so I'm kind of switching in between apps right now, and I'm only using my phone, so I can only do so much. If you guys have any hints, tips, suggestions, please shoot me a message. I'd love to get some help getting this stuff together to make it more appeasing to you guys. I know my video looks like trash, but there's some good information in there, and some good insight on myself and my family. You guys don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment. If you're watching this video, leave a comment. I'll give you guys a shout out next video, and also on my Instagram if you guys follow. But that's all I have. Hopefully by the end of this week I'll have the project that I'm putting together up. But other than that, guys, we'll see you later. We are Service Roski. We out.